You could commission the same engraving to two excellent engravers, and we will never get the same result. Each engraving is unique. When a client comes in a boutique with a personalization request on Reverso, it becomes our responsibility as manufacturer engravers to prepare the drawing. We might have to prepare several drawings to make sure we understand clearly what the client wants. This is where our relationship between the client and the artisan begins. The drawing constraints are different depending on the nature of the projects. Once I receive the drawing validation, the watchmaker prepares and provides us with the watch we will have to engrave. I get the polished case back of the watch, and this is where it starts. On the watch, I apply a thin layer of varnish, and I apply here the drawing that I use as a guide. It allows me to ensure everything is centered before I start drawing the big lines with a dry point. The dry point, it's kind of the engraver pen. Once the drawing is done, then comes the engraving step. Different types of engraving exist. For a line engraving, I draw something very thin with a very regular and constant line. And for the pattern engraving, I draw in volumes, like a sculptor. The lacquered engraving requires the removal of 0.2 millimeters of material to create a perfect canvas for the lacquer without risking to go through the case. Here, this is a line lacquer. I engrave the metal and work on the thickness of the line. This is my favorite moment, because I really feel like I put a little bit of myself in it. The difficulty when we engrave the back of a Reverso is that it is round. We don't engrave a flat surface. We have to adapt the position of the whole body to guide the tip of the tool on the right angle, and even more so depending on the case material. Gold, platinum and steel don't have the same stiffness. Each has its own behavior. We need to be very conscious of our body, holding our breath. The final touch of an engraving is the polishing. It is a step that seems very far from the engraving craftsmanship, but it can only be completed by the engraver himself. One more time, we remove some metal during the polishing process, and we only need to do it for an extra second to ruin days of hard labor. I know the thickness of each of my lines. I know how much I can polish to give it the perfect shine and sublimate my work. This watch is an object with a high value. I know it will be kept for years and transmitted.